going on, y'all? It's your girl, NeffyRaps. It's the vibe session. Y'all know how we doing it, baby. We are putting on for independent artists out here, doing it on their own, getting it out there, my baby. You already know how we doing it, and I am excited to have yet another super dope guest on the show today. Kace, welcome to the vibe session.
Hey, glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. What's up?
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Okay. So for the folks listening in or tuned in, watching, however you're receiving this interview, tell us what
Mhm.
city you repping today.
I'm repping PG County, Maryland.
Hey, shout out
Yeah,
PG County.
already know.
Listen, I'm
Hey,
low key
PG County.
hyped. Because that's
I'm about to say.
my old stomping grounds. I'm actually from Baltimore, but I spent a lot of time
Hey.
in DC. I spent time in PG County
Mm.
because I went to Trinity University for like a year.
Oh, dang.
You see,
Okay,
listen,
I like
we
that.
we
Yeah, I'm
we
about to
all
say.
right.
I didn't know. Yeah, we right here. About to say Maryland in the house.
What was it? Michigan? Is that right? Michigan Avenue?
Uh, yeah, it's over there. I'm near like Pennsylvania Avenue, pretty much.
Pennsylvania Avenue. Okay. Shout out the whole PG County. I got a lot of friends out there. I love it. Shout out the whole DMV.
Yes,
Periodical.
sir. DMV.
All right, cool. So, what made you kind of start getting into music? Like, what was that thing for you? And you was like, man, I really want to be an artist.
Um, Really, it was kind of more just like an outlet for me. Like it was something that I was doing kind of on the side at first. I was kind of just like playing around with it when I was making I had like a YouTube channel going and whatnot. And then eventually I started feeling like I was better, getting better and better at it. And my friends started noticing, they started saying the same thing. And I was like, you know what, maybe I can do this. This sounds like something that I'm really good at and I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy putting this music out and having people receive it and know a little bit more about myself. It just really is therapeutic almost.
Mhm. Okay. Shout out to you. Shout out to the artists, man, that make music because they enjoy making music, right? Because
Yeah, I'm about to say.
there's so many people that get into it because it's cool to do,
Mhm.
or their friends are doing it and they think
'Cause
it's
it's a
the easy way
trend.
to make some money. So shout out to you, man. Shout out to all the artists that are truly getting into it for the love of music and the love
Hmm.
of art. That's dope. So what are some of your influences? Like some of your favorite artists or maybe people you grew up listening to?
Some of my influences, I would say one major one would be Logic. Like growing up throughout time, I never really I never knew like names of people growing up. I kind of just found people through listening to what my brother listened to. And I always like listening to Childish Gambino, and he was kind of like my first introduction to rap. But then Logic was always like this follow your dreams person, and he kind of helped me be like, you know what, maybe I should do this. This it feels like something like this is for me. And then I'll also listen to a lot of Isaiah Rashad, Mick Jenkins, a lot of like low key people. I'll also like my J Cole's here and there, my Lil Waynes and Drakes. But it's like those people, like those first couple people, like the Logics, Isaiah Rashad, the Mick Jenkins, all of those people, like the main people who I feel like make the music that influences me most and helps me want to make better music. It wants me to grow as an artist.
Okay. Listen, I'm not even mad at that list because you definitely named some very talented low key people. All right, so y'all,
Yeah.
if y'all go Google these names, all of these artists have fire records, and then Logic, if I'm not mistaken, is from the DMV, right?
Yeah, that was the other thing that kind of brought me to him. I was like, "Oh, you from Maryland too? Okay, bet."
Yeah, and man, shout out to Logic. I feel like Logic has kind of gotten, I ain't gonna say a bad rap, but a lot of people are so hard on him. I don't understand
Mhm.
why, because he's very talented. And correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like he was saying he was gonna chill on rap for a second. He got tired of y'all, okay?
Yeah, he got tired of all the hate. He was like, "All right, I'm about to." He said he about to move to Montana and just chill out. I was like, "Oh, my bad. All right."
Yeah. What do you think it is about the rap community, the hip hop community, where we're kind of just so hard on each other, man? Like, what is it
Mhm.
about that kind of seems like we're harder on each other than other genres are on each other? And I could be wrong, I could be biased, but at least from my lens, that's what it seems like. Do you get that sometimes?
Nah, I definitely do get that sometimes. I feel like rap is a very like objective scene, and everyone is like, my opinion is the only opinion, and it's like I don't think it should be looked at that way. I feel like it should be more of like a genuine general consensus, but everyone just looks at it as, oh, I think this person is bad, so we all should think this person is bad. And then once one person thinks it, everyone else thinks it. And it's kind of just like a follow mentality. I don't really be messing with it too much, but I want to put myself in this industry because I would love to spread a different message to the rest of the rap industry and bring some change not only to the rap but to the world.
Yes. Okay, I love it. Big energy, big energy. I like that. So, like 2020 has been one hell of a year, right? We all
Mm.
probably will talk about this year for the rest of our lives to some capacity. We'll tell our kids and then our grandkids, like, yo, if y'all was
Mm.
around 2020, let me tell you what was going on. How has your year been, and like how have you been maneuvering through what's been going on?
Wow. I mean, it's been a lot. I started off the year like great, like out the box. It was like I was traveling, I was doing great things for myself, and then once COVID hit, it was just like shut down everything. And I was like, all right, cool. And ever since then, I've been trying to do my best to kind of just stay safe because I'm still staying with my family, and I just want to protect them and make sure everyone else is still good around me. And I would never want anyone to be hurt because of something that I do. So, but it's been treating me well. I've been growing more as a self, like as myself, as an individual. I've been kind of like on the fence about my music because I've been kind of losing motivation here and there. But I feel like I just got it back and I'm back on my grind. And now I'm really just rolling. Like I'm trying to roll out of 2020 at the best possible me that I can be because that middle portion was just like, oh my gosh, I just don't want to do anything. I was just in school.
Yeah, I
That's pretty
understand.
much that was it.
I like that self-awareness though. That's always super dope. And that's a talent, man. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody don't have it, right? They're not able to
Yeah,
kind of sit in and look inside and figure out what they really want to do. So shout out to you for that. I think
I
we all
appreciate it.
kind of had to like reset, right? Like find that
Hmm.
motivation to kind of still keep going. So that's super dope. So who's some I know you mentioned some artists that you like. Who's somebody you want to work with? It could be a producer, artist, singer. Like your perfect collaboration would entail who?
My perfect collab, my friends asked me this one time. I was saying my perfect collab would probably be like a J. Cole and her. I feel like them two with me, we can make probably the craziest song ever. And I'm just like, man, I would love to make a song like that. But other people I would love to work with would be a Shmino, Monte Booker, um, Logic, of course, if he ever comes out of retirement, a Lupe Fiasco, Gambino. All them last three people are like on the fence of retirement, so I don't really know about them. But I would love to work with anyone, Drake, Mick Jenkins, Saba, anyone who I feel I can learn from and better from, get better. I would love to work with them.
Let me find out. Listen, y'all, Kace no good music. He just says y'all don't even know half the people he talking about. Y'all need to get on your Googles, okay?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of like underground type people, and
Yeah,
they provide that good music to me, and I'm just like, yes, I
yeah.
feel good.
I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just pivot for a second because a lot of people have
Mhm.
been talking about this. Have you seen Kevin Hart's last stand-up special? I think it may have been on Netflix or something.
I actually haven't, but I'm gonna get around to seeing it. Actually, it's on my watch list.
Okay. Okay, so over these past couple of days, he's kind of been like all over Black Twitter. Everybody's talking about Kevin Hart.
Mm.
And I'm not going to spoil it because you haven't seen it. But just to give you context, there's been some conversation around a joke that he made around about his daughter having
Mm.
hoe-like tendencies, right? So I ain't gonna
Oh.
say the joke, but that was the gist of the joke, right?
Mm.
Um, so I know you haven't seen it, but do you feel like that joke from a man of his stature was and then it's kind of a thing because people are like, man, he's a comedian, they say whatever they need to say, this is what comedians do. So I know you haven't seen it, but just hearing that piece, do you think that was the right joke to make about your own daughter?
Uh, Probably not. I wouldn't see it as one. I personally, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't make a joke like that. But I don't see it as that because you never want to. First of all, put your family on blast. You don't want to ever put like personal business out there like that, even if she is doing things like that. But you never want to have people look at her with that sort of light. Like I feel like that changes a lot of how people are going to perceive her now, and it's gonna be a little bit of a recovery that needs to be made. But I mean, I wouldn't make that joke. He probably should have thought that one through before he said it. But
Yeah,
it's Kevin Hart. He makes jokes about everything.
that's true. He certainly does. And this isn't the first time he's gotten heat for like some stuff that he said. But Black Twitter is in a frenzy about it right now. But
Yeah.
as a woman, as a female, I wouldn't want my daddy saying that about me. Honestly, I don't know what my daddy was saying about me. Shout out to him. But I wouldn't want that. And like you said, especially with her being young, you don't want people to she walk in a room and people like, yo, she be on, she be
there
on
she
that.
is right there.
And I feel like he probably don't even realize how many predators he's opened his own daughter up to. That's a whole other thing too. So once you see it, you gotta hit me up in the DM. Tell me what you think.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'll let you know.
Yes. Okay. All right. Do you think that people kind of put too much on celebrities? Because celebrities are regular people, right? They might have money and access and network connections and all of these things, but they're still humans under it all. Do you think we kind of give them not only too much responsibility, but sometimes just way too heavily on what they say?
Yes, I think we really do. I think people look at a lot of celebrities as like their own family members or people they can follow or whatever. And I feel like we shouldn't look at them that way. Like they're still people at the end of the day. Like because someone doesn't do something that you want them to do doesn't mean you have to go and tweet at them, hey, kill yourself.
Right.
Hey, do this, do that.
Yeah.
Or even just something as simple as I don't like what you're doing, so do this. Like you can't tell people what to do. Like you can't control someone just because you love what they do. That doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like we should tone it down a little bit, bring them to our level, and just be like, hey, you're still a person at the end of the day. I love you. You have all these eyes on you. I'm just letting you know that, hey, this isn't the good look for you.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. It'll be interesting to see how this conversation evolves, right? And it just seems like it kind of has opened up a big conversation between men and women, period, and how things are perceived. So I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be watching to see how it kind of pans out. If y'all just tuning in right now, we got Kace with us today on the Vibe Session. We have some great conversation.
Hey, yes, sir, yes, sir.
He dropping some gems, y'all catching them. So I like that. So I want to get back to the music, right? Because you've been putting out some dope music. I know we have a record of yours that we're gonna be premiering on Major Zone Radio. So tell us a little bit about your latest single. Tell us about that joint.
Yeah, my latest single is a song called Blind. I actually just dropped a music video for it too. First music video. Me and my man's worked on it. The song itself is about kind of like this year in general for me, kind of like what I talked about earlier with being in quarantine and feeling unmotivated. I felt like I wanted to make a song that kind of portrayed that, but then also flipped it at the end to make it into a better light of like, yeah, I'm feeling like this down period. I'm feeling like I can't do it, but I'm gonna use that pain that I had and I'm gonna flip it and make it into this really good song and use that to push myself even more forward than where I was going. Because at first I wasn't doing anything this year and I was just like, dang man, I need something. So that's why I called it Blind, because I felt like I was blind for so long, but now I can see again.
Okay. I like that. I like that concept. Yeah. And it seems very relatable. I mean, with everything everybody's been going through, there's certainly something that everybody can tap into and, relate to for especially 2020. So y'all definitely make sure y'all check out that record. Y'all know we gonna be showing it big love. Y'all should too. Download it, stream it, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know the vibe.
Yes, sir. Yes, please.
Okay. I love it. Okay, so we talked a little bit about the single. We gonna give the people a taste of that. What are some things that you have coming in the pipeline? Everybody's kind of trying to figure it out still because we don't know if a vaccine is coming. We don't know if aliens coming. We don't know anymore. Okay, we just try to figure it out. So
yeah, pretty much. I'm about to say.
What are some things that you kind of have in the pipeline or looking forward to doing next year?
I know I got another single coming at the end of this year, most definitely with one of my friends actually coming out soon. We still trying to finish it up a little bit, but other than that, I have another song dropping at the start of the year. I'm gonna be dropping music from like spring break to summer, just different types of music, just some hype stuff, some party stuff, because I'm hoping by that time we're gonna be in a place of, hey, let's hang out, let's go to a party, and I want someone to just have some music to throw on, you know. And then I'm also going to probably be dropping like a little bit of a realer project at like near the end of next year, just kind of telling more about myself, because I've dropped plenty of songs. I don't know if it's a lot compared to other people, but I've dropped songs and there's nothing really in there to tell you like this is who I am, because I didn't want to get there yet. I wanted to kind of just perfect what I was doing and trying to touch every genre from hype to chill to rapidy rap to, you know, more like in my feelings type stuff. So I think I'm now at a point where I can put out something that's about me and it be what I want it to sound like in my mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I like that. And I always say that's what makes a legend, right? I mean,
Yes.
I always say the legends and the people in the game that have that longevity, they know how to diversify themselves and kind of try out different things until they find what works for them. And even what works for them right then in that moment will evolve, right? When we hear them in 2 to 3 years, we're going to hear different artists that we heard in the beginning. So
that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to give everyone a little bit of something, just show that even though I may still just be in this rapidy rap bag, I can do it all if I want to.
Yeah.
I can do it all.
Listen, Kace said don't sleep on him because he can do whatever you need, okay? And it's
Pretty
a
much.
lot of people that can't do it, right?
Yeah, no, you're very correct. There's a lot of people who get a lane and they stay right in that lane, and I'm like, nah, I need to move. I gotta do it all.
And I ain't even gonna put nobody out there, but some of y'all favorite rappers be having to punch every other line. But I ain't gonna,
It's true. It's true though. It's true. I be listening. I'm like, why you punching in like every line right there? Come on, man.
It's a thing. That's all right. We see y'all. We still support y'all, but we see y'all. Okay.
Yeah, most definitely.
All right. I love it. All right. Well, Kace, listen, it's been so dope having you on the show today. Thanks for vibing with us.
Yeah, most definitely. I appreciate being here. This is my first interview actually, and I just wanted to have a conversation with someone, you know?
Yes.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
Great conversation, man. Definitely love your vibe. We will be keeping up with you and supporting you in any way that we can.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I definitely want you to go ahead and do 2 things for me. Leave the people with a message right from you. You can inspire people. You can let them know you the hottest coming out the DMV. And then let us know your handle so we know where to find you and keep up with you.
All right. Well, I'm definitely not the hottest yet, but this time next year, there may be a different conversation happening. I'm just letting y'all know that. But as for right now, you know, I'm just shooting for the moon, man. You know, one line Logic said was, "How can the sky be the limit when there's footprints on the moon?" And I was like, you know, you're very right about that. I'm shooting for the stars and everything above that. So, definitely mess with my music. You know, it's something for everybody in there. You can just find it anywhere. When you look up Kace, you gotta look up like specific songs to mainly find my name, because I'm still in that list of other people with that name. So I'm trying to get to that top of that list. That's my goal, of course. But you can look up Kace Blind, Kace Septenary, Polar Opposition. That's a couple of my little projects that I dropped and whatnot. Definitely come mess with me. You can follow me at King Kace on pretty much everything. KINGKXCE on Twitter, Instagram. You can find me on YouTube at King Kace, but there's no X, it's just the A. And I definitely just be on the lookout. I'm gonna start a new little series on my Instagram and YouTube, kind of doing like freestyles over different songs that's coming out real soon. Be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I'm on the up. I'm on the up and come.
Okay, I like that. Big energy. Big energy. That's how you gotta be. All right, y'all. Well, listen, make sure y'all follow this dope artist, man. Tap in, lock in. You know how we doing it. It's the vibe session, y'all. And we gotta get out of here. Until next time, we out.
It's a vibe. vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Yeah, that's a vibe.
Good vibes.
You're now listening to The Vibe Session with NeffyRaps.